Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Siren Frost, and in tonight's video, I decided to start off my welcome back with two new deck profiles for this week. And since we all got done with the two different variants of different nations kind of decks and who they belong to in the anime, I figured now it's time just to let loose, loosey-goosey, and just put on the deck profiles for you guys. And basically, we're now in that stage for doing updates again, which I'm very glad. I've been having like a bummer weekend or week so far, so I figured this would be a good start to, get some inspiration back in order again. And this is a deck profile for two decks, actually. So this is part 1, and part 2 is going to be the next video. And this one is going to be, they're both going to be Brandt Nation. So, of course, this is my main deck, which is Brandt, which is, not that any of you guys are shocked now, but this is the main deck I'm using currently, and this is the Aurora Battle Princess series, Sarah knows, aka Police Girls. This is a deck that got me 2 wins and 1 loss at my locals in Sandy, which I was very, very excited to have finally, and I got a chance to actually beat one of the players there who was not renowned, but one of the best players and supreme players at the shop, which, he was playing Dragon Empire, which I kind of now realize that this deck is strong against Dragon Empire decks, but it has a very difficulty with Stoicheia, as far as I know. In both my matches, I played against people who played Dragon Empire, which is the Varina series, and my first player opponent was actually Stoicheia Zorga build. So, I am very happy though and pleased to start playing Vanguard again. I've been taking a break from it from a little bit and playing Digimon, so I'm actually just very happy to do that. So, anyways, with that being said and done, let's start with the deck profile, starting with the Ride deck, which is still an amazing idea. Thank you, Bushiroad, for having a brain left. So, for my grade 0s, we're playing Ruby Red, which is the standard grade 0 thing, grade 0 starter. If you went second this turn, you draw a card. So that's a little additional bonus from her part. Then we got, for grade 1, we got Kyanite Blue, and yes, I invest my money into the festival collection, so all my other cards now are very hollowed out, except for a few of them that may be in the process of getting progressed. But same build, just different look on it, and it's very beautiful. Anyways, Kyanite Blue's skill is, when it's placed on Vanguard Circle, you may search your deck for one set card that has a prison in its name and add to your hand. Shuffle your deck. So this will help you get your prison card, pretty much. And right now, the difference with this build is I'm no longer playing the multiple copies, all except for Seraph Snow, which there's a lot more options now that are open to me, and I decided to cut down the extra copies of the main starting grade 1, 2s, and 1, 2, and 3s. Well, actually, 1 and 2 only. Scratch that. Sarah Snow is the only one who has multiple copies due to her Persona Blast ability. Anyways, for grade 2, we're playing Razion Pink, which I love the Hollow Out versions. If I really want to, I could turn this deck back into commons and just play people in it with a common basic deck, but I like the hollowed out versions a lot better, and this actually makes the deck more glamorous. Anyways, Pink's skill is that when she's placed on Vanguard Circle, your opponent has to choose his or her card from his or her hand and put it in Imprison. So lock it up, pretty much. So this will help you get started on start locking up your opponent's rear guards and cards in your hand in drop zone. So this deck has a little bit more control now than the new version did. And of course, we're playing the Avatar, and the main ace of the deck is Seraph Snow. You guys are all very familiar with what she does now, so it's not, you guys are pretty much shocked. But for most of you who are not familiar with Seraph Snow, I'll be happy to read just the effects for you. So with 1 Counterblast, you can lock up 2 of your opponent's rear guards in your prison. And if you just so happen to have 2 or more rear guards in your prison locked up, she gets an additional 10k power. However, if you have all three or more rear guards locked up, she also gets +1 drive. So not only does she get a 10k boost while she's at continuous effect, but she also gets +1 drive. So there you go. There's the result. And this is my ride deck. So we got our main ladies. Oh, and by the way, they are in the Team Blackout sleeves, which I'm glad that these are actually real, because I thought they were just samples. I didn't know when they were coming out, but yeah. Basically, I'm a part of Team Blackout, and I love it. I pretty much do. And once I get paid again, I'm gonna have to start buying more of these sleeves, because I think they're fucking awesome. And I'm trying to reconfigure all my decks into Team Blackout sleeves, because I do love the aesthetic of the anime. Now, with that being said, let's hop right into the main deck, which of course is going to be 46 card deck, because the ride deck is just, well, you guys get the idea. So for trigger lineup, I did change up a little bit, because, you know, as much as I love to have the whole deck full of Aurora Battle Princesses, I think it's also important to know that you need certain cards to give that little flair, little hey kind of thing. So I'm playing 4 heals, which is green, and yeah, she's glammed up. Not that you're all shocked. And I'm playing 8 crits in this deck, so I'm playing 4 yellows, 4 of Cardinal, Draco, Barbizonde. I don't know. Can you guys give me a quick question, or can I ask a quick question for some of you guys? Is Barbizonde or Zonde, is that kind of like French, or is that just some weird kind of speaking terms for Japanese? I don't know. But I like the name of it, and you know, this is 8 crits, and I cannot wait till I get this part him completely hauled out. But set 1's been sold out like crazy at my locals, and the only place I can get my hands on any set 1 stuff is the one in Sandy, so I'm like, fucking god. So there's a lot of problems with that one. But anyways, we're way behind a little bit, so let me hurry and just speed up a little bit. I'm playing the new 3 copies of Front Trigger, which is Cardinal, Draco, Enpyro. Yeah. I'm sorry for the little glare right here. It's just my lighting's like up there a little bit, so that's my bad. But anyways, this new Front Trigger is now an essential thing for all nation decks. Because they have their own. But this one is a good one. Basically what it does, when in the Guardian Circle, if your Vanguard, if your opponent's grade Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5k to the shield. Yeah. So that'd be a 20k Front Trigger. Big boy. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with me, you guys. I can't hardly speak to save my ass anymore. And then, of course, we're playing 1 Overtrigger. So, and unfortunately, you can't play multiple copies of Overtriggers, because that'd be very naughty of you. But then again, do we all sometimes follow that one rule, like, screw the rules, I have money? Apparently I do. Okay, so that's it for trigger lineup. Now for grade 1s, we're playing less grade 1s and more grade 2s. I guess that's how Tomari does it in her deck, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what happens when the new support comes out. So, for this build, I'm playing 3 copies of Hyperspeed, Robo, Chevalstud. I was playing 4 at one point, but I think 4 is a little too much now because of its Counterblast and Soul Blast heavy. And the only thing this card actually is good for is a once per turn effect. So, sometimes I see people play only 2 of him, maybe a full playset, because, you know, it's a broken card and it's Tomari's card. But I also feel like, you know, this could be better at 3. Then we're playing 3 copies of the new one, Bizarre Beast's Bagumotor. And Bagumotor's skill is, if you have 1 or less card in your prison, rest this unit and choose 1 card from your opponent's drop zone and put it in prison. So, awesome sauce. And of course, we're playing 4 complete guards of Violate Dragons, which is a very special, perfect guard. And then 1 order set card, which is the prison, which is pretty much, I think you pretty much just need that right there. So, because how often there's How often do you see a prison card getting actually fucked away from the field? I don't know. I haven't seen I have not seen a unit that can do that yet. So I'm excited to see what the new shit can do. Oh god, this is what happens when I'm tired. Okay, anyways, for grade 2, we're playing 4 Rouges, which I still love her effect. We're playing 4 Turquoises, because this card is an essential for the new build of Aurora Princesses. And what her skill is, if you have 2 or more units imprisoned, she gets plus 5k power. And anytime an imprisoned unit is called back to your opponent's field, that unit gets minus 5k power. So there you go. And since you have 2 of these cards, or if you want to play 3, just 1 will have to be in the back row, and 2 will have to be in the front. But if you do, your opponent will have to get a 15k unit out of prison, and it won't probably just do much. It won't be hitting as hard as it probably is. And then I'm playing 3 Lemons, which I love her effect, and she did came in the Fire's collection, very much so. And I love her skill is when his unit attack hits, choose one of your opponent's rear guards from the drop zone and lock it up. Or up to 2. Yeah, sorry. And then finally, 2 more order cards is... I'm going to probably butcher this. Moment of Capture. Aurora Battle Princess 24-hour coverage. And yes, this is the holo version rather than the rare version. So I'm trying to blend out all the decks the best I can. And this new order card ability is a normal order. So what it does, with the cost of a Soul Blast, if your opponent has 4 or more cards in his or her hand, they must choose 1 card from among them from his or her hand and put it in prison. And if there are 3 or more units that are locked in prison, choose one of your rear guards, and it gets 5k power for that turn. There you go. So yeah, that is my new grade 2 lineup. I'm actually pretty happy with this results, and it worked out very much in my favor. Finally, for grade 3, we are playing 3 copies, of course, Seraph Snow, because she persona rides and she helps you get 10k power to the front row and draw a card, as all grade 3s do. But, you know, she is an essential if you want to keep using that ability of hers. So, and then finally, we're using the new Aurora Battle Princess, Male Horizon. I thought it was May, but I think it's Mel. But yeah, this new Aurora Battle Princess is also a persona ride. So if you don't have Snow at your disposal, you can always use her as a ride as well. You just won't get the effect, but she's more of a rear guard. Speaking of rear guard, her skill is, by doing a Counter Blast when she attacks, you Counter Blast 1, and you choose one of your opponent's rear guards and lock it up. And if you do, and this unit will also get plus 5k power for that turn. So there you go. So anyways, that is the conclusion of my update deck profile of my Brandt Aurora Battle Princess deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this video very much so, and I'm glad to start making videos again for you guys. I really miss doing this. It's just, I have a lot of shit going on in my personal life and from work, so I didn't have time. So I owe you guys a big time apology for this. But yeah, I'm gonna, try to do 2 deck profiles once a week and see how that works, or maybe twice a week if I'm lucky. And yeah, we'll just see what happens. But anyways, this deck is also inspired by Tomari Seto from Vanguard Overdress on the anime. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to stay tuned. And as always, you guys, I've been your host, Siren Frost, signing out.